Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Joe, and I'm going to do this video on how I make my YouTube videos. I am by means no expert, but I've kind of learned a couple of things over the past couple of years. So let me give you the basics, and then you can adjust it however you'd like to do your videos. I'm just shooting these on an S22. What is it, a Samsung S22 Ultra? It's a decent phone. The iPhones, any of the higher end phones will do fine. I also have a less expensive Galaxy phone. I think it's an A51 or A73, something like that. And I know the camera, video camera anyhow, is not as good as this, I'll call it, well, it is, the flagship Ultra. It's the S22. I think the S25 might be coming out, and I may be upgrading soon, but this one is still kicking. The one thing I will say is I just moved a little bit there. I'm going to tell you later in the video that I normally don't do that. I'm always out in low light, and they're doing some construction on my condo here. That's what all the netting is about. I think they're chipping the side of the building. In low light, and this is actually pretty good light, you really don't want to move kind of fast like this. Let's see if I can make it flicker, especially like when a headlight is coming at you like that. If you turn away, it just kind of makes the film flicker. So what I do instead is I'll shoot 5 seconds going, hey, let's take a look at this car. Then I'll stop and start again and say, let's take a look at this traffic cone. And then I'll say, let's take a look at these bicycles. So rather than one 15-second clip kind of wiggling around and making it flickery and seasick, I just do 3 5-second clips. Again, you're going to figure out what works for you, but that seems to work best for me. I did have one person recently complain, hey, what's with all the clips? You're kind of making me seasick. So maybe that guy prefers, let's go here, let's go there, and I don't know what, some kind of 3-minute clips that are all goofy like this. To me, that makes me seasick. So I just ignore that guy, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And once again, I like to shoot at night. I'm a night owl. I'm always out in the low light. And these cameras, they have small sensors, but they work pretty good if you just pan nice and slow. If you want to pan like this in low light, yeah, it's going to be a mess. But go with what I do. If you want a clean shot and just shoot straight, then stop the camera, move it in another direction, shoot straight again, and you should be okay. And a lot of people will say, we'll just solve all these problems with a gimbal, and I have one. I don't use it. I don't want to keep it charged. It's one more piece of gear to carry. And when I'm walking around holding a phone in my hand, even walking through a crowded train station, nobody gives me a second look. When I'm carrying even a GoPro on a gimbal or a stick, all of a sudden everybody's hiding their face, or some people are getting mad at you. Just hold the shot steady like this, and then start another shot over here. I mean, sure, you can use a gimbal and be doing all this stuff, and these gimbals work great. It's just you're not going to be able to make the sensor in these tiny cameras, including a GoPro or DJI. They only have such a large sensor. You need to get into a full-size camera with a really expensive lens if you want to just shake that thing around and have it come out rock steady. And the other issue is sound. I am just clearly speaking straight into the camera. I have my mouth maybe 3 inches away. There's a big difference between speaking like this and kind of speaking like this. Take a look at this bar across the street. So you need to go back and listen to your recording and see what your weaknesses are. Mine, I know a lot of people, every other word will be, okay, here's a bar, there's a hotel next door. So just listen to yourself. It'll drive you crazy at first. None of us really like the sound of our voice, but it is what it is. At least try to project clearly and pay attention to where your microphone is. Many people, again, I'm just using the camera. I made an effort in these videos to not film myself. I did that in the past. I could care less. I'm not shy. It's nothing like that. It's just the channel I have now. I'm showing Bangkok, Thailand more than I'm showing myself. So it's easy for me to hold the camera up and speak clearly into it, but I can even mess that up. I mean, I'm showing you straight across the way, and I could have my mouth over here and say, hey, look at these motorcycles, and it just doesn't sound as clear as speaking straight into the microphone. If you are going to get secondary mics, most people are going with the Rode wireless mics, and I need to pick those up because I'm going to do some interviews where we'll have a camera set up. It might just be this cell phone camera, and we'll both be wearing the mics. Don't go, they're kind of expensive. I want to say over $200. Don't go with the $40 mics. They're going to sound like garbage. I mean, don't even bother doing it. If you're going to do it, just figure out another way to speak straight into the camera. You get what you pay for with some of these products. I'm not saying you have to go high-end all the time. I certainly don't. Once again, I'm recording most of my channel on a cell phone, but things like microphones, there's just no such thing as a good $40 set of wireless mics. And once again, I'm going to keep repeating this. I am no expert. I don't pretend to be. I think I have 12,000 subscribers. I'm grateful for each and every one of them, but I'm certainly not pretending to be Mr. Beast. That's another thing. I'm 58 years old, so I'm just speaking in a normal manner. You don't have to put on the Mr. Beast voice and the, hey, what's going on, everybody? I know you'll read that from the different YouTube experts, and hey, if they have 100,000 subscribers, I'm sure they know way more than me as far as energy levels and on and on. But there's, to me, something a little sad with a 65-year-old guy pretending to be Mr. Beast. Now, I know I'm at the tail end of people that are shooting in 1080, but I put out a video practically every day. Well, it has been every day, sometimes 2 times a day for the past year. And I shoot all these in 1080, full HD, 1080 at 60 frames. Stabilization is on. I'll put all the stats up on the S22 Ultra on the screen here, and you'll have to match them up if you're an iPhone person. And once again, just see what works best for you. Now, I've shot at 4K and I've shot at 1080, and I really prefer the 1080. It's just easier to edit, to render. It's easier for everything, for storage. I mean, I have terabytes of portable hard drives. You can't keep all these clips on your phone, much less your laptop. I don't care. I probably have the higher end laptop. It's 2 years old, but it was about as high end as you could get at the time. I don't care. You can't have enough storage. So you're going to have to transfer all this over onto portables. And when you're working with 4K, everything just takes 4 or 5 times as long. And the one person that's going to complain, hey, it's a good channel, but I'm going to stop watching it because it's not in 4K. He's probably looking at it on a phone that has a cracked screen through a scratched up cover. And I don't know. To me, it's my audience. YouTube tells me 93% of the audience is watching on a cell phone, which also includes iPads. And I've had other people tell me in the comments that they watch on a 55, 60-inch TV, and it still looks fine, even in 1080. So until I'm forced to do so, I'm going to put out 7 videos a week in 1080, which isn't the easiest thing to do. But if I were forced to do 4K, maybe I would get away with 2 videos a week. It's just that much more work. I'm going to walk in pretty low light. I'm holding the camera nice and steady, but you're probably going to see, I'll call it flaring. Like when a car goes by, those red lights, oftentimes it'll leave a little trail. And forget it if I do something like this. Oh, what's behind me? And I go like that, it's really going to make a flare. You just can't move quick like this in low light. And then I just move the camera over here. Now, the other thing that is important, especially in low light, but even in the daytime, is as you're shooting, don't push stop record and immediately move the camera. Give it not a 1, maybe a 2 second. Just press stop, wait 2 seconds, and you'll see it render down in the bottom right corner. It takes at least 1 second. If you immediately move it, you'll get a little blur that you'll have to cut out in editing, and we want to save as much editing time as possible. And again, this is just for a simple channel and a simple brain that I have. You can watch these professional YouTube editors, and they'll talk about 20 and 30 hours to edit a video. And that is why they are much more successful than me. I get all that, but that's not what I'm looking to do. I'm not trying to put 20 or 30 hours into a video. I'd like it clean. I'm cleaner than some. Like I say, there are some guys that are way more successful than me. They have 50, 60, 70,000 subscribers, and yet they're still kind of going like this, and their sound sounds like this and all. They've just found an audience. This guy's gonna get hit. They've found an audience in their niche, and more power to them. But I'm just trying to give you the basics, and then get out there and have a little fun. This is a great hobby. But if you think you're going to become rich on YouTube, I mean, maybe you will, but for me, it's just beer money. I'm not going to get into all the variables on making cash on YouTube and all. It's just small money, and personally, across the street here, I spend more on my videos than I make. They're usually involving travel, and there's plenty of expenses. And I'm shooting this way on purpose to see if I can show you what not to do. I don't walk down the street, especially at night, doing 2-minute shots. I'm just not happy with the way they come out. But we'll do this to see if you agree with me. I'd much rather just keep it clean like this. And as far as creating your niche in the market and all those kind of things, don't look at me. I haven't figured it out. I'm going on a couple of years. I started this channel when I lived in San Diego. It's called the Eager Expat, and I was eager to become an expat, moving over here to Thailand when I retired. But I had a couple of years of work to go, so I started experimenting, making videos down in Mexico, and some of them got 300,000 views. 100,000 was not uncommon. I come over to Thailand and I'm just kind of showing travel videos and daily living, and I'm lucky to get 20,000 views. 2,000 is much more likely. There's just so much competition in a small market. And so many people that are making just much better videos than me. And I'm doing the best I can. Once again, I'm having fun. This is just a little on the street footage as I head up to my friend Stella's Secret Bar. I'm gonna have a couple of beers, and if I don't get home too late, I'll bring up the laptop and show you my screen, show you a couple of settings. With copyrighted music playing in the background, you need to talk over it. If I were to not say anything and this song just played for, I don't know what the magic number is. Some people say 7 seconds. I know I've been stung in the past where you'll do all the work, put the video up on YouTube, and it says copyright claim. You got Luke Combs playing in the background and you don't own that music. So just be real careful. And the same thing holds true with looking at the TV. I was at a MotoGP race and I was filming the big screen, and I got tagged on a copyright by MotoGP. Hey, take that down. You're rebroadcasting a MotoGP race. So just be careful. Anything you don't own, music, television, if you want to sit here, now some people will sit here filming, say, the Super Bowl and doing a reaction video to the Super Bowl. All those things, in my view, are kind of 50-50. You really don't want to mess with the Super Bowl or MotoGP. They have long arms. Yeah, this is one of my hangouts in Bangkok. There's my friend Stella. She's sitting there doing the books for the week, and then enjoy this Friday evening. But you can see the type of low light I'm in 99% of the time. So I've just kind of learned the hard way to hold the camera still, don't wiggle it around, don't do anything stupid. Yeah, maybe I can bring that big Sony camera in here with a low light lens and wiggle it all around, but it's just as easy to take 5 and 10 second clips and move the camera, start over again. And I'm talking about all these rules and I break them every day. The walking and talking, During the day, I did a video today where I was just walking down the street, showing the sights, all the different hotels and condos. And yeah, I did 2 and 3 minute clips. So it's not always these run and gun, 5 second, move the camera, 5 second, but definitely in low light, I try to do that. Unless too many beers are involved, and then maybe I'll get a little wiggly, and that is not on purpose. So I am going to show you how to make a very short video. Otherwise this video will be an hour and a half long. So I'm just shooting up Sukhumvit here for a couple of minutes. Normally you want your video to be at least 8 minutes and 1 second. That way you can get 2 ads on the video when you're watching YouTube. If you don't have a premium subscription, in 8 minutes you'll normally get the 2 ads. Some people complain, but the YouTube creator has nothing to do, that's not good, with the ads. That's all on YouTube. We get paid a couple of pennies every time an ad plays, and you can play 2 ads in 8 minutes. So most videos are 10 minutes or longer, or at least 8 minutes. If you do a 3-minute video, you're not going to get paid. Hey, so with all that being said, we're going to do a really quick training video, just a 1 or 2 minute video, and I'm going to edit, upload it in real time, and then we're going to send it to YouTube. And this is clip 2, again here in Bangkok, Thailand, my favorite city in the world. This is clip 3. And this is clip 4 in our last clip. Let's put it all together and make a YouTube video. And you want to take some B-roll. This is a very bad example. I forgot to do it on the street. But just something like this. This is a view out my condo window. You'll take it and then you'll minimize the volume and put it on top of the other clip. Okay, now forget about everything I said about good audio and all. I have the air conditioner going. It's 3:44 in the morning. And I've been working on another project, yet I wanted to work on this a little bit. So I'm sorry, I'm just talking into the mic on the laptop, and let's keep it simple. Now, I recorded that 1 little minute video. I'm going to edit it quickly in a software called Wondershare Filmora. You can also use, what is the new one? CapCut, that's free, everybody's using. There is DaVinci Resolve. I learned how to use Filmora from a guy, Daniel Batal, B-A-T-A-L, I think is how you spell his name. Really good guy. He's now with DaVinci, or a spokesperson. But look him up. Wondershare, I think I paid $50, I don't know, one time. There are, is it Adobe or Final Cut? One of those is like $50 a month. You're not going to need all that to get started. Just go with one of the free ones or the $50 Wondershare. They still do thousands of things. So let's open up Filmora. And I took my phone and my clips. Again, I'm careful with my editing, and I shoot them in order. I delete everything out on the street that's a waste of time. I try to hold steady when I press stop recording. I don't wiggle, so there's not a lot of editing to be done. But that being said, it still takes a couple hours to edit a 30-20 minute video, because you're going to make the mistakes and all that. But we're going to do a quick edit here. I'm going to go to import media, and I'm going to my pictures on the laptop. I put them in and named it Training Video in Bangkok. So here it is. It's just what it is, 5 clips. You're going to highlight all the clips, hit open. That drags them into the software. I can't teach you. It would take 5 hours just to go through the basics of the editing software. So you're going to have to do your due diligence on that. I'm going to kind of move through here quick. But basically, you have a timeline down here, and this is where you're going to put all your media. Everything is highlighted. So I'm going to go to the first clip and drag it down to the timeline. I almost did it right. Right there is the beginning of the timeline where this deal is. But here we go. It says it's a 1 minute and 9 second video. Again, you're going to want to do at least 8 minutes and 1 second to get those chance for 2 commercials. But this is just a demonstration. Now, I don't like my video to abruptly start with the video, so I like to put in a fade in and a fade out up here. That's called a transition. And here it is, a dissolve. It doesn't need to be 2.5 seconds long, so I'll shorten it. I want to put one at the beginning and at the end. Sometimes you'll hear the term fade to black. Again, you don't want your video to just end and they're looking at a picture. So you want to put a dissolve at the end, and that'll give us a nice fade to black. Now, I want to clean up any discrepancies from one clip to another. Again, there's only 5 clips here. On a normal video I do, there might be 50, 60, 70 clips. And somewhere along the line, if I don't clean up the sound in between each clip, there's going to be a pop or several pops. And it just takes minutes to clean it up, so why not do it? What I do is I go to the end, I hold my mouse, drag it over all the clips. Now everything is highlighted. I can just do one clip and they'll all fall into line. So I'm going to right click on the first one, go to adjust audio, go to fade in and fade out. It's set at 0. You don't want to be crazy and do 2.00. You will hear that. I'm just trying to eliminate any pop from me speaking loud to going to the next clip and a motorcycle just went by. Instead of hearing that hiss or pop, it'll just a little 0.08 will take care of it, but you really won't hear it, if that makes sense. So 0.8, fade in, fade out. I hit OK. It should have did all of them at one time, but let's double check. Just go to one of the other clips, go to adjust audio, and there it is, 0808. So we have our fade in, our fade out. We've cleaned up the audio. Again, if this were a Mr. Beast video, instead of one timeline, there will be 30 timelines. There'll be audio here, audio there, sound effects here, sound effects there, swirly transition here, on and on and on. You can get as carried away with this as you'd like, but we're just cleaning it up, keeping it simple, getting the pops out of there, getting the shakes out of there, on and on. So we're done. We're going to hit OK up here. We now want to send the video to the computer. Right now it's just in the editing stage in the software. We haven't saved everything, so now we're going to do just that. Hit export. It's going to ask us where you want it to go. In this case, the C drive under documents. I already named the video, training video in Bangkok. That's fine. So we're now going to hit export. It's a 1-minute video in a very fast computer, so it will export. It's already at 15% in, 1 minute. If we were doing 4K and this were a 40-minute video, this rendering and sending it from the software to the computer would take hours. So that's why I'm trying to stay away from the 4K right now. Maybe hours is an exaggeration, but it's not going to take minutes. So we're at 82%. And once this is done, we'll work on the thumbnail for the video. So there you go, converted successfully. We have now sent this video to the computer. And later, once we send it to YouTube, we'll get it off the computer and get it onto a portable hard drive. You can't have hundreds of videos. I think I have 650 videos. There's no way I could store all that, even at 1080 on a laptop, maybe some fancy desktop somewhere, but it doesn't make any sense. Just clean it off of your laptop, certainly get the video off your phone and get ready for the next video. You don't want to be that person that stores all your important videos on the phone and then they lose them all. Move it to the laptop, move it to a portable hard drive, and in this case, I'm also saved at YouTube. In the unlikely event I get kicked off of YouTube, I at least have a hard copy on the, portable hard drives. I guess I could also pay to keep it in the cloud somewhere. I'm not really that worried about these YouTube videos, so for now, the hard drives and YouTube is good enough. So here we are, we're done. with the video. I am recording this through the same Filmora software. It's 3:51 in the morning because I've been trying to do this for 2 hours, and what happens is I've been going up here and backing out of the software, and I guess when I do that, I'm ending the recording, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to highlight everything and download it, and hopefully we're still recording because this is getting a little crazy. I keep talking for 30 minutes, and then when I go to save, it's all gone. So I'm not going to do it this time. I'm going to stay in the software. I'm going to go back to media, and I think I wasn't. I was going to say I was smart enough to make a thumbnail already, but I didn't. So I'm going to drag this track down here. I'm just going to do what's called a screen grab. I know you should pay special attention. Yeah, this is going to be a horrible thumbnail, but whatever. You should put as much effort into your thumbnails as the video, because this is the first thing people see as they're taking a half a second to decide whether they want to watch your video or not. They're looking at the thumbnail and they're reading the title. So you don't want to put Bangkok Vlog 101. That doesn't mean anything to anybody. And there's controversy on whether you should put writing on a thumbnail. Experts say the thumbnail should have no writing. It should speak for itself, and the title, between the two, that should be enough to grab the viewer's attention. Me, I'm old school or just old, whatever. I put some words up there, and I try to just tell you what's going on. Street tour of Bangkok. You decide whether you want to click on it or not. Again, I'm not pretending to be any kind of expert. I've said that for the 20th time now for a reason. But anyhow, you should be out there taking 10 photos of what you think would make a great thumbnail. I sometimes forget to do it, so what I'll do is go to the video. I go to the little camera here, and I click on it. I hit OK for a JPEG, and there you go. I've taken a screen capture, and it's better than nothing. So let's get rid of this. Let's bring our screen capture down here. Let's move the timeline over. And again, I like to put words on there, so I go to title. Under mine, I've saved a custom. You can take 30 minutes and figure out how to do a custom title. I can't do it quickly, but I've made a custom title, so I drag it down. And all a custom title is this type of font in white with a black shading around it. Phrom Phong is just the neighborhood I live in. So we're going to click on this and take the Phrom Phong out and replace it with, what was the name of this video called? I want to say it was a test video in Bangkok, I think. Okay, a test video in Bangkok, I think is what it was called. So let's drag it up here. Again, this is a horrible thumbnail, but I'm just showing you how to make one quickly. So there you go. We're now going to take another picture of it. So there it is, test video in Bangkok. Now the problem is I can't take this thumbnail and upload it to YouTube. It has to be compressed. So maybe there's a way to do it in Filmora. I don't know how. I have a separate free, it's called Convertio. There's a dime a dozen conversion to compress these thumbnails down to a size that's acceptable for YouTube. So that's fine. So I'm done here. I'm going to, oh shoot, I don't want to back out again because then I think this is how I keep closing my recording down. So instead, what we're going to do, and hopefully this works, I'm just going to send it down to the toolbar. I'm going to go to the converter software. Man, I hope I'm still recording. I'm going to go to choose files. I'm going to go to snapshot. And this is the one I just did. Put it to a JPEG, convert it, or compress it. There you go, it's compressed. I need to wait till it lets me download. Download. It's downloaded. So now we have the video saved to the computer. We have a compressed thumbnail saved to the computer, and we should be good to go. Now I'm going to get out of here. Please, please, please be recording. I hope it is. So I'm going to go back down there. Now what I'm going to do is go to YouTube, open it up, and hopefully we're still recording. We're going to go up to the right here, and this is create. So we click on create, we click on upload video. We go to select files. I happen to know that Filmora's setting, it saves the files to output. We go to output, and here it is right there, I think. I've been doing this all night, so there's a couple of settings up there. I'm not sure what the training and video one is, but training video in Bangkok. Okay, so that's what it's called. And these are just presets as far as my credit card offers. I'm a travel site, kind of, so I'm telling people to use these different travel cards. I put this on every video, so it's already pre-packaged and ready to go. The name of the video and the description, the first few lines in the description, they need to kind of match. You have to understand that YouTube, it's the second largest search engine behind Google. So once again, you don't want to name the video Bangkok Vlog 101. Unless you're Joe Rogan or Jocko, that's not going to work. You need to name it Getting a Haircut in Bangkok or something that might be searchable until you get to that point where YouTube now recommends your videos to people based on, and I'm going to get into tags here in a minute, based on your channel, your channel's history. When YouTube sends one of my videos to a person that's been watching another Bangkok video and they've hit the thumbs up, all that kind of thing, well, then they might send it to 10 more people. And right now, I think 63% of my views are coming from YouTube recommendations. So that's good. But in the meantime, you also want to be set up for SEO, search engine optimization, and give people a chance to, when they're at Google and putting in, I want to get a haircut in Bangkok, again, I know that's all ridiculous, your YouTube video might pop up. They can search it at Google or YouTube, and you have a shot of it popping up. And one of the ways we do that is with the title, Training Video in Bangkok, and the description. You want to casually reference the title. I'm not going to be so casual here, but I'll put, today I made a training, it's 4 in the morning, in, what's it called? A training video in Bangkok. So I kind of, the title, Training Video in Bangkok, I got in the description. Today I made a training video in Bangkok, ... Okay, so that's not so discreet, but you get where I'm coming here. The title and the beginning of the description, they kind of need a match, and that'll help you. So now we're going to go down the way. We compressed our thumbnail, and that's going to be in downloads. Where's it at? I think that's it. Test video in Bangkok? Yeah, okay. It should have been training video in Bangkok, but whatever. I'm getting tired. So we compressed it. If we did not compress it, I would have put it there, and YouTube would have said, hey, no can do. It's too large. But I just know from experience to compress it down. And then we're going to go to a playlist, put it in checking out Bangkok. That's fine. Done. We're going to go down here to the bottom to tags. Get rid of all these preset tags. Now, the name of this video, Training Video in Bangkok. I spelled video wrong. That's the first tag. And then you're going to want to put video of training in Bangkok and just different examples. I have a plugin called TubeBuddy, so when I put in a word like Bangkok, it pops out over here and says, hey, put in Bangkok song or Bangkok travel or Bangkok city tour. It just gives you ideas. Bangkok nightlife. It's like, hey, have you considered these tags? Now, you have 500 characters. Use as many as you can, as close to 500. It doesn't hurt. There's a lot of talk on YouTube that tags are useless, but until YouTube takes this tag section away, I'm going to use them. And TubeBuddy will give you a score from 0 to 100, how optimized they feel your video is, from the title to the tags, as far as how good a shot you have of people searching and finding your video. And I am pretty much at 100. I do what I can. If I put in training video in Bangkok and they say, hey, that's a weak title, we think video training in Bangkok, again, I know this doesn't make sense, will be a better title, well, then I change it. And then I change the tags to match. So there you go. There's the tags. We're going to go down to next. And monetization, again, you're going to make pennies, but might as well turn it on. Hit done. We're going to go to the next page. This is ad suitability. You have to understand, when I say make an 8-minute and 1-second video, they're going to play 2 ads. I'm in Thailand, so you're going to watch Thai ads. If you're in the United States, you're going to watch Chevy truck ads. If you're in Australia, whatever the margarine is down in Australia, you're going to watch those ads. But these people aren't too interested in placing an ad on your video with a lot of F-bombs, adult content, violence. So leave the F-bombs out. I know some people put them on there, whatever. To me, and I used to be a sailor, I cuss as much as the next guy. If there's any way I might offend somebody, why do it? Just leave it off of there. Who knows? YouTube might change the rules. I know they changed the rules about a year ago and said, hey, if there's an F-bomb or these 3 other words within the first 1 minute of the video, you can't make a dime on the video. And now people are like, well, okay, I'm going to wait for minute 2 to drop my F-bomb. And to me, that's just stupid. They could change the rules again and say, you know, we've decided 0 is now how many F-bombs we want in a video for you to make money. So I'll leave that up to you. But anyhow, self-police yourself. Go down here, and I'm going to say no. I did just have an issue. I'm going to say I'm good with all of that. Submit my rating. And the bots on YouTube will check my self-reporting, and at the end here, they'll determine, yeah, we're in agreement, you're suitable for ads. I just had a problem. I made a video, and it was very, very G-rated on the ancient art of Muay Thai fighting in Bangkok. However, they deemed me for violence and shocking content, and they didn't say you're restricted from ads. However, they didn't show the video to anybody. They certainly didn't recommend it. I think I only have less than 1,000 views on that video, where normally I'm 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 views. So I can tell, don't go making any more Muay Thai videos. No bueno. So there you go. I'm now going to move on to the next page. I'm going to skip all this. I'm going to go to add end screens. At the end of a video, when you see the, hey, click here to subscribe, or perhaps check out this video, that's what this is about. I can let YouTube decide for me, or just pick the playlist I want you to go watch more videos. And I just moved them over to the right. You just need to adjust it by about a second, and then you can go up, click on playlist. I want you to go to the checking out Bangkok playlist if you want to watch more. I hit save, and now we're going to get to scheduling the video. We're now checking the video again to make sure there's no copyright issues. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, if you're playing a Rolling Stones music in the background and it's played for 15 seconds and there's no talk, there's no nothing, all you hear is the Stones, well, you're going to get a copyright issue right here that says, hey, this isn't going to work. You don't own that music. Get it off of there. We're going to have an issue. So it's checking all that right now. We're going to go to next. Now I can make it a private video, just send it to my family, whatever I want, unlisted or public. I can make it public as soon as possible. But what I do is schedule the video, and I try to keep consistent. If you put out one video a week, try to do it, I don't know, every Monday at 7 p.m. I put out a video every day, so I'm just going to pick a date in the future at 10 p.m. Bangkok time, which is 9 p.m. the East Coast of the U.S. So that seems to work out for me. So we go to 10 p.m. I hit schedule, and we're almost to the end here. I'm going to hit close. And here's my video. I'm going to get, okay, I worked on this video earlier and it didn't record, so sorry about that. There's two of them, but I'll delete this one, I guess. Delete forever. So here's the video we just did, training video in Bangkok. It says there's no problem with monetization. There's no restrictions. So me talking over that Luke Combs music for 5 seconds, not an issue. Again, if I let Luke play and it's a good song, you'd probably rather hear that song than me rambling on, but I don't own that music, so I'm not allowed to play it. Will there be some change in the future? Who knows? I used to go to different shows around town, and I still do, and I would play or record the Rolling Stones cover band, and it was not an issue. I would put up 20 minutes of at least 10 minutes of Rolling Stones tunes played by the cover band. I'm now starting to have problems with that. I'm seeing if I let the music play longer than 5 or 6 seconds without me speaking over the music, I get a copyright claim from whatever it is, Rolling Stones of Brazil Music Limited. Take that down. This is your warning. So be careful. Again, it's better to just put out material that you do. If you want to be reviewing the Super Bowl or these channels that are very popular, it's like, guy hears Motley Crue for the first time, and he sits there basically playing a Motley Crue video, shaking his head like, this is the best thing I ever heard. Basically, he's trying to get views from Motley Crue and just sitting there. They call them reaction videos or whatever. Those are probably going to go away someday or something. For now, they're kind of working, but I'll leave it up to you. Just, it's better to make your own videos. Anyhow, let's go to my training video. Let's click on it. I always play the video, review it. I'm going to pause it here just to make sure I didn't make any mistakes. I didn't do anything stupid. Now, TubeBuddy gave me a score of 45. I didn't bother to put all 500 tags in there or characters of, you can put 500 letters. Again, it's 4:15 in the morning. I'm getting a little tired. You can put up to 500 bits of information as far as tags. I always get this score to a 100. We're just knocking this out as an example. I hit play.
We're going to do a really
listen to my video. If everything looks good, we're good to go. And that is it. That is how you make a video from a real rookie's perspective, although I'm doing okay. I have some videos out there with over 300,000 views. Now, those are my Mexico videos. I've now chose to make videos in Thailand. It's highly competitive. And again, I'm not the greatest video guy in the world, so I'm going against some people over here. Heck, Chris at Retired Working for You, he's a filmmaker. CB Media, again, I have no chance of getting anywhere near close to these guys, and they're 500,000 subscribers, and heck, they're probably going to be pushing 1 million subscribers at some point. But I'm holding my own with the other guys out there with 5,000 subscribers and all. I listen to, some guys, and they're just masterful, where other guys, like I say, their finger goes up there and hit record, and they're kind of staring at the camera for 10 seconds, wondering if it's playing or not. So I'm a little bit better than that, and it's just my hobby. I'm having a good time. So I wish you the best if you choose to start this hobby, and it's a good way to go. It's certainly keeping me off the bar stool some days, over here in Thailand anyhow, and I wish you all the best. For more looks around town, consider subscribing to my Eager Expat channel. I'm hanging out over here in Southeast Asia and having a good time. So you have a great evening.